Peace to the triple G's, the gods, guardians, and the gargantuans. It's your man NOS, no Nero. Noise over silence, no one similar. Now on stage, north or south. Uh, uh, uh. Did I say no one, son? No one, son. And we going live. We got a little bit more time left in this 2025. I hope you're thriving. I hope you're striving. And it's Friday night. And we are gonna talk about what can I offer you? Because I feel like I have a lot to offer. But I can't offer you anything unless you say what you want. What do you need? Like that great hip-hop ad-lib. Is this what you want? Loyalty was good. Welcome to the chat. You know, it's always good to see you. Thank you for joining me on this Friday night. How was your week? Did you do anything special? Did anything stand out? What was your highlight? What was your low light? If you have any of those, feel free to share. That's why we here. In the year 2025, we go live on YouTube and talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. Yeah. What part of the world are you in, Loyalty? What part of the world are you in and where are you from? Oops. Oh, you from New York? That's what it is. Brooklyn, that's what it is. You might not know, but I'm from Yonkers. I have a lot of family in Brooklyn. Jefferson Ave. Jefferson and Nostrand. Happy, what's good, Happy? How are you, my love? How was your week? Do you have the night off? Please say yes. Because you've been working yourself to the bone and I don't like it. But I know we got to do what we got to do. I already know. I already know. You said 4 a.m. to like 11 or something? That's wild. I was like, she don't even be sleeping. All you have time to do is take a shower, eat something, and then you right back at it. You gotta be you in your superhuman phase these days. Do I miss New York? Sometimes. I was definitely feeling like it was time to go in 2017 when I left. As you know, if you're born and raised in New York, after 9/11, everything drastically changed. And I didn't like the way it was going. And by the time I left in 2017, it usually would take me like a half hour to get from where I was at in South Yonkers to, let's just say, 125. By the time I left, it took like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get from South Yonkers to 125. That's when I was like, yo, it's time to go. You gotta pay the high price for low living. You living in a shoebox, you paying $2,500. But that's still my heart, that's still my home. Like I said, I still got tons of family there, so I do miss it for the nostalgia, the memories. There is no other place. I mean, I haven't been many other places in the world, but I can say with 100% certainty that there's probably no place like New York City. It's just that energy, that Even today, through all the gentrification and the income disparity and all the fucking, they trying to put in tolls for you to go from uptown to downtown with a car, like all of that bullshit and the usury, it's still a special place, and it will always have a special place in my heart. But probably just a visit, up until the time when I have like, let's say if I got 300,000 in the bank, I'll go get a spot out there for real, for real. I'll probably move right back to Yonkers and live right off the Hudson. I also love Brooklyn too. Like, there's nothing like a good brownstone. You already know. How's the trains out there though? Are the trains running smoothly still? Are they cleaning the platforms up? I remember I hate having to take the train. I feel like every time I had to go in the subway tunnel, I was breathing in the worst air known to man. Like you could see the dust building off of the walls and shit, and the dust was like 2 inches thick. I was like, why? The MTA makes all this money, but they can't clean this shit up. The fuck? Happy you off this evening, so that's good. I'll be at work tomorrow and off on Sunday. Okay. That's what's up. Get that money, love. But take care of yourself. Self-care. Thank you for joining me on this live. I know you could be chilling with your feet up, but you came to kick it with me, so I highly appreciate it. Smart Savvy. What up? All is well. All is well. It's happy. Loyalty in the spot, in the place to be. Shout out to you if you in the room. If you hear anything or read anything that resonates with you, please feel free to hit that thumbs up. If you're into critical thought, if you're into free thought, if you're into just seeing the random dude yap, if you're into anything Japanese culture, hip hop culture, music, definitely consider subscribing. Either way, I appreciate you being here. You heard? And thanks for chilling with us. Feel free to tappy tap tap tap, start a conversation. If you really feel froggy, ask me to go live, and I think I can. I don't know if I could do that mid live. Nah, I cannot. Let me get this out of here. Done. No, we don't want that. Boop. I was gonna say I could bring you on a live with me, but it doesn't look like YouTube's gonna let me do that. All Gravadale though, all Gravadale. Thank you for the subscription, Rita. Appreciate you, love. That makes my day, because as of recent, in the past, I want to say like 6 months or so, people have been leaving, and I'm just like, why? Where everybody going? What I say to make y'all mad? But I get it, I get it. It's all Gravadale. People who are here for me will stay, and the people who weren't will go. And that's just the way life is. Yeah, man. But we still moving, we still shaking. If anybody has anything pertinent that they want to talk about, we can talk about it. Feel free to put it in the chat. Loyalty says, well, I walk and take the bus a lot, but I guess they try. That's what's up. That's what's up. What part of Brooklyn you in? What do I prefer as an environment? Georgia, Florida, or NYC? I know you want to be closer to girls, but oh, that's what's up. Okay, so you actually know me, Loyalty. That's what's up. I would definitely be the most comfortable in New York. That's all I know. Like, I grew up there. So, yeah. Especially Yonkers, because Yonkers is, right on the skirt of the Bronx. So I love to be able to dip in the city and dip back out and come. Yonkers is enough urban type of ambiance, but also it has this quick dip to the like a suburb feel. So Yonkers is special to me. That's definitely where I feel the most comfortable, which is why I said I would go back. But outside of that, I've gotten used to the rural living situation, like having a bunch of land and animals, chickens, dogs, and shit, and fucking waving at everybody on your way to the grocery store as you drive up the road. Like, that's cool with me. I settled into that. I'll tell you where I'm not comfortable is fucking Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville, Florida does not allow you to be comfortable. I mean, I used to think like driving through Staten Island or anywhere in any crazy hood in New York, you kind of saw like the worst humanity had to offer. That's nothing until you get to Jacksonville, Florida. These people out here, are psycho, a majority of them, for no good reason. Like, not even, no rhyme, no reason, just people want to do you dirt for no fucking reason. But, I'm not trying to generalize everybody in Jacksonville, of course. I've seen this almost every day that I step out of this house. Somebody does something and I'm just like, the fuck is wrong with people out here? But also, that might just because it's the time that we living in. Things have gotten worse economically, spiritually. For everybody, I think people are spiritually starved. And therefore, they act fucking... This is some new shit that we in. I've lived long enough to see what the 90s was like and get a grasp of it, and what the early 2000s was like, and yeah. So, yeah, that's the answer to that question. Unseen, what's good? Welcome. Yeah. That is the plan, to not stay. But I gotta do what I gotta do so I can get up there. Take hurt. I see what you're trying to do, and you're not gonna catch me, fam. You ain't gonna catch me. And that's not even a good one. Nick Carr. You trying to get me to say the N-word? Come on, fam. It's not even creative. Yeah, I have a lot of family out in Jacksonville that's been out here for decades. I think my dad was just tired of the cold, and he wanted to own something and not be in an apartment, and that's what he got. And here we are. Jacksonville does have some romance to it. I do want to put that out there. Like, when I lived here a couple of years ago, I loved this city. I fell in love with it just because, the massive river that flows through it, the energy, the culture, the art scene. It has a lot of that going on. But I must have lost my patience for it in the past couple of years, because being back here at this time, also maybe it's just my bias, because I know this is not where I want to be. I want to be in Georgia with my girls. So I just have less patience for any type of fuckery. Nick Carr. Okay, fam. Okay. I hope you're happy. Send a super chat or something. Send a super gift. Since I did you that solid of making you laugh. If you actually did laugh. It wasn't that entertaining for me. All right, so I do have something to offer y'all. I just gotta write it down. Because as you read before you clicked on this video, if you did read it, what can I offer you is the theme of this video. And the first thing I'm gonna offer y'all is something called Kepler-Carr's constant. Have you ever heard of that? Kepler-Carr's constant? Is it 6172? Shout out to you, GH, for being around long enough to know that I used to have locks. No, I do not miss them. But the day has been going cool. Loyalty, no issues. Everything was smooth. I made some bread today, so I'm happy about that. I came home, took a nice shower, got on this live, ate some food. We coasting. So, like I said, I want to offer y'all something called Kepler-Carr's constant. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. There's also another constant that does this in math, but this one is pretty cool because it's something that you can show people and kind of have them go, wow, like math is broken. But let me just make sure I have the number right. I'm pretty sure it's 6,172. Kepler-Carr constant. Yeah. Oh, 6,174. That's why I fucked it up. Okay. Good thing I looked it up. Because that wouldn't have worked. 6,174. Boom. Do I miss van life? What's up with you guys asking the same questions? Do I miss van life? Yeah, I do actually miss it. I think about it all the time. I went up there 2 weeks ago. Last week? Yeah, it was last week. Last weekend. And the van wasn't there. And the van had been like in mobile for like a year or two. But it wasn't there, so that just got me thinking about, like, you know, the life that we used to live in the van. And I was happy to see that she's on the road again. But I'm happy to see that van life is still a thing. Like, it's a popular thing on YouTube. Like, there's a bunch of people just starting van life. There's OG van lifers. And I often wonder what would have happened if I would have took the van and, like, lived in it. Wouldn't it be ideal, but it was possible. But anyway. You're thinking about buying an RV to travel and live in? Hell yeah, do that shit. If you can afford it, if you have work that you can take with you, absolutely, 100%. Or if you're blessed enough that you don't have to clock in anywhere or fucking go to work for survival, do that shit. That's the illest fucking thing in the world. I can give you so many tips. So many tips and tricks. All right. So you see this number right here? 6,174. Remember that number. Can anybody in the chat give me a 4-digit number? But the rules for the number is it can't have any repeating numbers. Any number you can think of that's 4 digits that doesn't have any numbers in it that repeat. And I'll show you something really fucking cool. Nah, it's not crazy at 51. I think that's the perfect time to do it. You know enough about life that you're not naive and you can't get put out through the opie doke. All right, so somebody said 9,812. All right, so let me write it down. 9,812. All right, there's your number, right? So what the rule or one of the protocols for this math trick is you have to take this number 9812 and then put it in order from greatest to least and then from least to greatest. So then I'm gonna go 9, 8, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 8, 9. And then I'm gonna subtract them from each other. You see that? 9, 8, 2, 1. Subtract it from 1, 2, 8, 9. Let's see what happens. I haven't done subtraction in like by hand in so long. It's pretty cool to try it out again. This has to go be a 12, but then we have to take that one away. So that's gonna be 3. And then we have to take one away from this. That's gonna be a 5. And then that's gonna be an 8. All right, so I got 8,532. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the original 9,821, where yeah, I forgot how to do it already. I'm gonna put it in. Oh, let me see if this works. 2, 3, 5, 8, and then multiply it. And then subtract it, right? So this is a 12, which makes that 4, and then this has to be 13, but you have to make that a 12. So you get 7, and then you make this 5 a 4. You get your 1, and then you get your 6. All right, so excuse my chicken scratch. All right, so this was the trick, right? This is called Kepler-Carr's constant. The number is 6,174. And the way this trick works was you get any random 4-digit number. Somebody said 9,800 and what was that? 16, I think it was. No, 9,812. And then you take that and you order it from greatest to least, and then least to greatest. You do simple subtraction. I got this. What was the solution to that? It was 8,532, and then I just took 8,532, and then I took the number and wrote it down from least to greatest and did the subtraction. And look, Kepler-Carr's constant. And that'll work with any 4 digits. I thought that was pretty fucking cool. That shit blows my mind. Math is broken, fam. So what do y'all think? Do we live in a simulation or not? But you could do that to any number, like I said, to any 4 digits, and it usually only takes like two or three equations to get the constant. This beat is doing a lot right now. Let me back out. Why does your name have a crown with the number 3 by it? That is because you are probably the 3rd person to be here. Either that or you have the 3rd most comments in the chat right now. Where did I learn Kepler-Carr's constant? I'm a nerd, so I stay learning random things about math. I try to learn something new in every subject every single day. So history, English, math, science. Every day, learn something new in those 4 subjects. If it's not new, it's something that I'm still working out because I haven't reconciled it from the day before. Oh wow, shout out to the 16 people in the chat. What up? Feel free to hit that thumbs up. If you're into critical thought, free thinking, if you're into seeing normal people get it out the mud, if you're into Japanese culture, hip hop, music, whatever, please consider subscribing. Yeah, but there's also another constant, 495, that I didn't do. I didn't do the knowledge to that yet. But another thing that I learned today that I wanted to share with you guys was, I mean, do I really want to share it? I don't even know if I can really explain it. Um, Essentially, when we're taught about astrology, the cosmos, even arithmetic, a lot of the credit is given to people like Isaac Newton. But did you know that Isaac Newton's theory of planetary motion was invented 500 years before he supposedly came up with it? And do you know that it was Arabs and Africans who came up with that before he did? And it's not surprising because, duh, like they always do that shit. They always whitewash history and give discovery credit to Europeans, but that I did not know. But it makes sense because the Dogon tribe of Mali knew about Sirius B for thousands of years before any modern telescope was invented. So, cool shit. What's the temperature by me? The temperature actually went up to the 80s today, happy, which was really cool. It's snowing right now. I'm snowing. It's raining right now. And I love the rain. It hasn't rained. It usually rains every day here in Jacksonville, but it hasn't rained for like almost a month. So the fact that it's been raining the past couple days makes me really happy. I just wish I had a cuddle friend. The cuddling hits the best when it's raining. Am I right or am I right? You know I'm right. What are my thoughts on the subject of astrology? I wish I had the time and wherewithal to really dive deep into astrology. I know so many people are into it. So many people like are really deep into it. And I think it's cool to, even if it's not accurate, it's cool to know in your mind all these different human behaviors and try to categorize, and then have fun with it. You meet someone, you take note or you notice their characteristics, and then you start to formulate what astrology they might be, like what their rising is, what their moon, and what's the other one? Your sun, your rising, your sun, and your moon, your big three. So I think astrology is really cool. I don't study it, but I love when people bring it up and they try to, and they guess what my astrology is. I try to guess what their astrology is. For some reason, I'm good at noticing Libras, Virgos, Sagittarius, Cancers, and Leos. I can almost always pick those people out. I don't know why. It's really like this sixth sense that I have. Like I listen to people talk, and if they share any characteristics with someone I know, someone who I'm close to, I think of what my friend's sign is, and then I'll ask the person. I'm like, "Are you this? Are you a Libra?" And they be like, "Yeah, how did you fucking know?" And I'm like, "Cause you fucking talk just like my friend Mary." My sun's sign is a Virgo. What was it like in the negatives? Oh, it was like in the negatives over here. Wow. I believe it though, cause you all the way up top. You damn near in Canada. I was looking at the map of America today, and I was like, damn, everything north of like, what is it? Oklahoma, I want to say, is damn near Canada. I'd be so embarrassed. I can't like look at a map of the United States and tell you exactly where every state is. Come on, Google, stop playing with me. All right, boom. Yeah, everything north of. Oh, okay. Chicago's all the way up there. I was gonna say everything north of Illinois, which Chicago is the capital of. Let's just say everything north of Iowa is damn near Canada. So Michigan, Wisconsin, North Dakota, Montana, Washington, and like the upper half of Oregon. That's Canada to me, bro. And what's weird is fucking New York kind of fits in that too. Well, the upper half of New York. Everything past Binghamton. So Ithaca, that's Canada. Syracuse, Canada. Rochester is all the way up there. I didn't even know that. Damn. Buffalo. Wow. I don't even know. Well, that's the geography lesson for today. Yeah, come down to Florida, man. Y'all won't have to deal with that 19, 20-degree weather no more. That shit that you feel in your bones before you even leaving the house. Yes, please come get some of this heat, Happy. What's up, Mrs. Stewart? What's up? Long time no see. I'm a double Virgo Cancer. I think I have a Cancer moon, but a Virgo rising and sun. Yes, come cuddle, Happy. Stop playing. Can I guess your sign? You're a Sagittarius, aren't you? I feel like you are. I definitely feel like I don't know you enough to guess your sign. Like I would have to watch your mannerisms, like I said. Like I would have to see the speed at which you talk, the way you talk, like how much you move your head and your neck, your hands when you talk. I feel like I can tell people's sign from the. It's always from the way people talk, how they talk. Not so much what they're talking about, but yeah. What they talk about kind of alludes to what their astrology sign is, but it's mostly how they talk. Jada Divine says I'm built like Canada. I don't even know what that means. What is my heart is cold? Do I have a large mass? I feel like Canada's pretty big. Oh, we twins, KO. We twins. This song is doing the most right now. Wichita Slim. So, Happy, what's your sign? Did I get it right? If my first guess is Sagittarius. If you're not a Sagittarius, you are a. Ooh. I'm trying to think of everything that we've ever talked about together. I'm getting Sagittarius. Sagittarius because you're a giver. I don't know what other signs are a giver like that. Are you a Virgo, Happy? I ask myself, is she a Leo? And then I wait till like for a warm fuzzy feeling. And if I get the fuzzy feeling, I'm like, I'm right. But I'm not getting that. So yeah, I would just have to get you. I have to get to know you more. Canada is fucking huge. What do you mean? It's a big ass landmass. Of course, Happy says I'm the best one out of all the signs. That's Leo energy right there, isn't it? Super confident. Oh yeah, Gemini's might be a Gemini too, because Gemini's are super confident like that. I'm tight. She trolling us now. Talk about what's the best sign out of all of them. Yeah, if it's not a Leo, you're a Gemini. So you just go sit here and tell me what you're not, but you're not gonna tell me what you are. I think Unseen got it right. Jada Divine, do I have any advice for a 23-year-old? You need some? I mean, you literally have your whole life ahead of you, so have fucking fun. Don't take it too serious. But at the same time, while you're not taking it serious, always keep in the back of your mind that by the time you're 30, you want to have a solid picture of what you want the rest of your life to be like to some extent, because there's always room for recreation and reinvention and reintroducing yourself to yourself, remembering who you really are, who you've always been. But yeah, have fun. Don't take it too serious. 23, you're in your early 20s, fam. You are still a baby. All right? So have fun. You're everybody compares themselves to their peers. Try not to fall into that trap, you know? Really lay the bricks, lay the foundation, the cornerstone of who you want to be for the rest of your life, and try your best to stick to it and see how that works out for you. But you got another 7 years to really figure this shit out. And the 30s is really just about after you know and you feel like you figured it out, it's just chipping away at the building block, if you will. Like if you look at any sculpture that was made, they were made out of large slabs of some type of a stone. So when you're 30, the 20s is all about like, where am I going to get the stone? What kind of stone is it going to be? How big do I want the stone to be? Do I want to mix it with like another material like glass or crystals or gold or whatever? And you want to have your stone on your platform by 30, and you spend your whole 30s chipping away at the stone to form your structure. And yeah, that's my advice for you, 23-year-old. I'm sure if I give it more thought, I can come up with something way more profound for you, but that's what I got off the top of my head. You're a Pisces? Oh, I was gonna say that. Because you reminded me of somebody I know who's a Pisces, but I was like, I don't know, the Pisces isn't giving me the warm fuzzy feeling like that. I was gonna say that too. Damn, I should have said it. I would have got way more points. I'm the last one of the signs who has all the traits of all the signs in one. Yeah. The fish. Okay, Miss Stewart. I'll call you Susan for now on. I don't know why I think it's because my aunt talked to me really stern one day. She said if you talk to a woman, she said you have to automatically presume that she's married. You have to like give her the benefit of the doubt. My aunt was super old school like that. And when I don't know, for whatever reason, that shit stuck in my head. So I try to always like give women marriage presumptions. I don't know why I do that, but I got you, Susan. Thank you for always being a friend. Mrs. Clayton was good. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, my voice got a lot of range, shoulder pads, and I use it. I love it. I'm not afraid to use it all. Yeah, I got a question for y'all. Let's put it in there. Start QA. All right, that's the question I have for y'all right now. Do you think that we are creating or remembering life? Is it possible to be doing both at the same time? Okay, Susan, you're a Leo. All right, all right. Definitely love the Leos. Love the Pisces. Love the Virgos. Where's Bohemian Goddess today? I couldn't see the chat to go back to get her name. Oh, I know exactly how that happens. And I actually Mara, Marr is her last name. I don't remember her first name though. Let me see if I can get it for you. Come on, phone. Don't do. Oh my god, my phone is out. I hate when you're logged into things, but you don't check on them for a while. And then you try to log in after a while, and then it's like, what's your password? Like, bitch, you know who I am? It's something Mara, though. Paste. Shoulder pads, you're getting blocked, fam. Everybody always want to say both. Come on, y'all got to do one or the other. Creating or remembering life. Because I feel like it is a good juxtaposition. It's a good polarity because if you're creating, it's brand new. You created it. That is pretty much the definition, is it not, of creation? You're creating something brand new. But if you're remembering, it's something that's always been there that you're just remembering. I don't know any synonyms for remembering. So no both, guys. No both. You guys always taking the easy way out when I ask questions. Perhaps you can't have creation without remembering and vice versa. I suppose. Epigenetics and past life baggage. Check my email. What email? Oh, okay. 9. Smart Savvy, what's good? I don't know if I said hey, but welcome, welcome. Smart Savvy says we're creating life. Come on, come on. Let me in. What are we doing here? I digress. But I err on the... What is this? Check your notifications on another device. I err on the side of creating. because that's the side that I want to be on. I also believe that it could be both, and I can definitely make a great argument for why we are remembering life as opposed to creating it. But I'm choosing creation because I want to believe it would make me feel better to know that there's nothing being recycled. I mean, there's that old saying, there's nothing new under the sun and all of that. But I want to believe that there's something fresh. There's something novel is the word. Yeah, novel. I want to feel like there's novelty in my life and the world around me as opposed to remembering. But I fuck with remembering heavy at the same time too, because I am a firm believer that the only time is now. There's no past, future, or present. That's a construct that we all use to separate our memories from what we knew to what we're knowing and what we have yet to know. So I see the purpose in all of that, but I would love to, I call myself, I call all of you God, because I believe that we all are God. But now that I hear myself explain all of this out loud, I feel like I should say both as well. So sorry if I beat you up for saying both. Mrs. Jones, what's up? Okay, Jada Divine. You don't think creating is something new, it's just bringing it to life, into the physical, okay? I love how the words remembering and reflecting start with re. Like, what's up with the re? That was actually one of my ideas for for Lumi's name, was to name her Re. Or Ray. I think I would probably pronounce it that way. Yes, it's me. Smart Savvy, you missed the van life days? What do you miss? What about the van life days do you miss? All right, let me get rid of this question. Thank you for entertaining that question, you all. Loyalty. I do know about, how to find astrology. My problem with that has always been I don't know what time of day precisely that I was born. I don't know what time of day that I was precisely born. As far as I know, it was in the morning, but I don't know what exact time. I always tell people it was 9 a.m. because I was born on September 9th, so why not just keep the nines going and say 9 a.m.? Holy fucking smokes. Oh, matter of fact, I think Bohemian's goddess, her name is Mara Brown. Mrs. Clayton. I don't want to show her face, but wait, what's happening? Oh, I showed her face, but it's Mara Brown. It's Marra Brown. I'm pretty sure she won't be that mad that I showed her face. You too, Mrs. Jones. Have a great weekend. has to be both. By nature, we are living out genetics by our parents creating a form of remembering, then living out the expression of that, creating afterwards. Okay, you got me. That was a good one. That was a good, great explanation, KL. Thank you. I know you told me in the rising sign changes every 2 hours, or I believe so. So you could be a Libra, maybe, could be. Yeah, what's with that, Happy Feet? How come our times aren't on our birth certificates? Maybe we're aliens, yo. Maybe we're aliens, yo. What do y'all think about Australia banning social media for everybody under 16? Loyalty, I don't know if you're talking about me, but whoever you're paying that compliment to, that's very nice of you. That says a lot about you. Ken was good. It's been a minute. I think that's the same Ken that's been in here before. Yo, I definitely miss the days without social media too, man. I miss the days when, I mean, I wouldn't do it now because it's completely different time of phase of life for me, but I miss seeing like groups of kids just constantly outside on their bikes running around, like throwing a football around or like roller skating or something like that. You never see that shit anymore. You go to the playground and it's always kids like 5 and under. And if they're over 5, like they definitely have a phone in their hand and they're like on it somewhere, like not even on the slide. Like they're just sitting down on the phone at the playground. And I'm like, what is this? What kind of this part of the dystopian novel is this? And being outside was a punishment for you when you was a kid. That's funny. That's funny. My aunt never had to ask me to go outside. No, I never had to be asked to go outside. And in that same breath, I was very much allowed to play my Genesis as long as I got my homework done. So I remember waking up super early Saturday morning, watching Thundercats, maybe Pokemon, or G.I. Joe was like the first thing early in the morning. But then I would start the Genesis up and I would play uh, Sonic and Knuckles 3. No, Sonic and Tails 3. But it had like the little flip up so you can put the Knuckles extension on it. Earthworm Jim. Those are like my favorite shits back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, kids need to have a life, man. Like what the fuck? Having kids on social media, like I don't mind kids learning how to be on a smartphone and navigate the smartphone and like different apps, or even like social apps. But like if they're on a social app, their social app should be just for kids. Like no one over the age of 17. You know what I mean? Or if we're doing 16, no one over the age of 16. 16 and under, you're on a social app, but there's no one on that app over the age of 16. How do they stop grown people from being on it? That I don't know. Maybe you have to like show your school ID or something. Oh, thank you, Loyalty. Yeah, there is something called a long form birth certificate that I think you have to like apply for especially from the vital records department, and I actually applied for it. And when I got the long form, it still didn't have my time of birth on it. It's very strange. That's right, Happy. For real, for real. The pager. Remember the pagers? Well, phones went through that phase for a little while too, where you could get like the clear case. I always thought those were so cool, man. I always wanted a pager, but I was a little too young for the pagers. And by the time I was old enough to get like my own device, everybody had a Sidekick, the flip shit. No, what was it? It wasn't even the Sidekick. It was before that. It was a two-way pager. Like Sidekicks came a little bit after two-way pagers, but yeah, there was pagers. Pagers existed for like 2 or 3 years, and then they made the pager where you could like flip up and like type on it, and it was called a two-way pager. Yeah, I was always out. I would be out all day. If you didn't tell me to come home by the streetlights coming on, I was not coming home by the time the streetlights came on. I was, I was. Oh man, those were the days. Good times. Me and my mongoose. Yeah, you couldn't catch me doing nothing either. Look at you go, Miss Happy Feet, talking about Mike Tyson knockout. Cute. Yeah, I used to watch my family play Nintendo a lot, or Super NES was really the thing. But I remember plenty of people having Nintendo and blowing the fucking cartridge. You even had to do that with the Sega. I don't know why that worked. Why did that even work? Very weird. Starboy, what up? What up? What up? Welcome to the chat. Yo, good times though, man. And there will never be another phase or age like that. And it's so fucking crazy. Technology is here to stay, and it's only getting crazier. Like, my daughter will probably have like a fucking robot. No, probably not, but her daughter will probably, if she ever has daughters or children, her children will most likely have a robot to play with. Like a real fucking robot, which is that's gonna be crazy. And I'm gonna be like, you youngsters need to go outside and ride a bike. What are my thoughts on cannabis use and its legalities? First of all, I love cannabis. I'm a cannabis connoisseur. I'd like to call myself or think of myself. I'm actually about to roll one up in a minute. Um, but I will acknowledge that anything combustible that you're breathing in probably is detrimental to your health in a major way. And I've been smoking since I was like 15, since I was like 17, almost on a day-to-day basis. Like I might have like 2 or 3 years if you amalgamate all the times I quit for like a week or a month or like 6 months. If you amalgamate all that time into one, it's probably 2 years, maybe less, a little bit less, that I haven't smoked. And I say all that to say that I feel it in my lungs. I feel it in my heart. My heart is like, yo, this might not be the wave. Continue. Like, if you want me to keep being around, you probably should, maybe quit smoking. And I'm like, no. This is my thing. My only vice right now. But I feel like I'll be able to quit when I start dating again. Like I need something to substitute that addiction with. Facts. But as far as the legality of it, like I always have thought that it should be free. Like it's this the fact that it's not legal, the fact that it's not recreational, is the smoking gun to me that shows us all that the government doesn't care about us and its sole purpose is to lock us up and put us in chains. But that said, now that um in Florida, it's medicinal. Medicinal is the thing in Florida. And I feel like it's not for everybody, man. Like I always knew it wasn't for everybody, but like I can definitely say adamantly, cannabis is not for everybody. The people who smoke it, a lot of people who do smoke it don't need to be smoking it because they don't know how to act, they don't know how to work, they don't know how to drive, and yeah, so that kind of sucks because, like I said, I love cannabis. It is for everybody, but everybody ain't for that. So we could keep it at that. Um, but yeah, I do wish that it was it had no type of legal consequence for ingesting it or selling it. I think it would really fucking help the economy or people's bottom line if we all can just grow some cannabis and sell it. If not the THC type of cannabis, like just hemp in general, because you can make fucking 50,000 different products off of hemp. And the fact that they try to make it illegal is very telling. And I, as much as I don't want the government involved in cannabis, I do feel like there needs to be some oversight, a lot of oversight, because of like fentanyl and the shit that they'll like lace it with is no fucking good. Like funny story, when I moved to Jacksonville, I didn't have a plug. I thought I had a plug. My neighbor, they smoke. Well, at least I thought they smoked. I haven't seen them smoke in a long time, but I used to, like every time I saw them, they used to be with the pink shades on. So I was, whenever I needed, I would knock on their door, and homie would actually walk back here because there's like a whole neighborhood in the back of my house, very, very hood. Let's just say that. And he would come back like 5 minutes later, and he would give me like a half a zip for like $40. And that was amazing. So when I moved back here, I thought that I would still have that plug, but apparently they quit. And when I was like, yo, can I like go meet the plug? He was like, oh no, they all got arrested, which was just for me double speak of him saying like, nah, I don't want you to do that. But it is what it is. And I say all that to say, the only plug that I could get was like this homeless guy that I see all the time walking around, and he's always smoking. So I was like, yo, you smoke bud, right? He was like, yeah, I smoke. I was like, yo, could you introduce me to the plug? Why nobody want to introduce me to the plug? I don't know. Do I give cop vibes? I don't know. Maybe because nobody want to introduce me to the plug. But anyway, I ended up giving him like $5-10 just to go make the run for me. And he's been doing a terrible job at it. The first time, he brought back like almost 5 G's of some flour. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. For like 30, I think I gave him $40. He gave me like 5 G's of some flour. I was like, this is amazing. Do this again. The next time he came back with a straight eighth, right on the dot, 3.5. I was like, all right, I see where this is going. I saw him yesterday. I had him go make the run for me yesterday. He came, I gave him $40. He came back with 2 grams of flour. Now y'all know I'm trying to get back to my girls. Y'all know I'm trying to, you know what I mean? My life is on an upward spiral right now, but I felt like putting hands and feet on this nigga yesterday. And then he came and knocked on my door today like, yo, could I borrow $5? I was like, nigga, you get the fuck out of here. Why ever knock on my door again? Bitch. But that's my story. All I have to say is that there's something called THCA. And you can, in Florida, you can go online and buy it. And it's like a whole zip for like $40. So I think that's what I'm gonna do next time. But also thought about talking to some the people at my job smoke like chimneys, like the 3 train out of Brooklyn. These people smoke all day, every day, and it's so mind blowing to me because they smoke right there. They don't care about like the higher ups that we work with, the people who don't smoke. They come out the office like the administration. Like normally, ideally, you wouldn't want to smoke in front of the administration, but they don't care and they do. So I was thinking about asking them for their plug. But if one more person tell me that they don't want to nobody's actually said I don't want to introduce you to my plug, but they basically play games whenever I ask about the plug. So if I ask somebody about their plug and they tell me nah, like I'm really feel away. Like, am I if I reach the age that I I give you law enforcement vibes? I don't think. How is that happening? How is this the world? I don't know. Uh, can build your own robot. You got this. It doesn't have to be a robot with arm, legs, and hand. And it could be like it could be a fancy, sophisticated fucking toaster oven, and that could be a robot. Facts, happy. Like the cannabis has gotten out of control. If it's not fucking fentanyl or some other shit, it's fucking heavy metals, and it's just fucking up. The game is fucked up for everybody. Ken, no, I'm not married. Same, Mrs. Clayton. Same. How do your lungs feel though? How do your lungs feel? And I know you probably do the homegrown, so your lungs are probably fine. But I'm super worried about like the extra shit, like Happy said, and my lungs are just like a little tired. What happened in your first experience, Ken? Why did you not continue? Yeah, happy gotta stay clean for the CDL. Go girl. I know that's right. Get that shmoney. When Alaska Thunderfuck was still an untouched strain. Yo, I miss those days too. I was just telling my homie today. I was like, "Yo, you ever smoke chocolate?" He was like, "Yeah, I've done the mushrooms." I was like, "Oh my god." I mean, like, no chocolate. The Ooh, Mrs. Clayton, you just said strain, so you're not a connoisseur. Because if you're a real, authentic connoisseur, we don't use that terminology. We say cultivar, okay? It's a cultivar, not a strain. Yeah, in fact, you said it, loyalty. Don't let no one make the runs for you. I should have known better, but it's really my only option at this point. But like GH said, GH buys THCA. I'm about to start buying it if I can't get an actual plug that I can trust. Do I make beats? I can make beats, but I don't have any beat making equipment, unfortunately. I mean, I guess I could make it on my phone. Because they really make it that easy these days. It made you feel super. Yep. It does that, Ken. Cannabis is the paranoia fucking maker. I remember when I used to get extremely paranoid. Sometimes I do still get a paranoid, but I've gotten to the point where it's like a challenge for me to be paranoid. You know what I mean? Like when I feel the paranoia coming on, I'm like, yeah, it feels like I'm gonna get caught by the police or like I'm gonna get in some type of trouble. Like everybody's fucking watching me and shit. But I'm like, so what? Let the trouble come. Let the people watch. What are they gonna say? Oh, he's high on that devil's lettuce again. Yeah, and but that being said, I only smoke when I'm by myself now. I don't have any smoking friends anymore. Unfortunately. And I have a strict rule. I follow this rule fervently that I cannot smoke until 4:20, and I cannot smoke after 9:30. Those are my rules for smoking now. So around 5:30 is a perfect time for me. Yeah, Mrs. Clayton got that organic. What do I do for work? So this is one of my gigs right here, this YouTube, even though there's no money on the board. I don't ask for it, you know what I mean? But that being said, thank you for the segue, Ken. If anything has resonated with you, if you find yourself remotely being entertained by any of this, feel free to send a super gift or a super chat or whatever they call them. You get a gift. You get a graphic that belongs to you, as far as I know. And also, you can subscribe to my memberships. I have memberships open on this channel. There's a Click and a Ace of Spades level. You can go check that out when the video's over. And yeah, so this is one of my gigs, one of my favorite gigs right here, YouTube. I also have a book coming out pretty soon once I get it published. What else do I do? I do gig work like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and stuff like that. And I work temporarily at a warehouse right now, but there's like mumblings of bringing me on permanently because they really like the way I work, which is cool. Little do they know that I'm only gonna be doing it for like 4 months tops. Like once I save up enough money to move back to Columbus, Georgia, and I can afford a 3-bedroom apartment, I'm going back straight away. Like as soon as the money lands in my account, that day I will fucking be filling out applications for apartments up there so I can go up there, which is another reason why you should show some consideration, donation, throw me a super chat, whatever. You could also hit up the Cash App, the Venmo, the PayPal, whatever. All of those links are in the description. What else do I do for work? I try to fucking just be a help to everybody who knows me. Everybody who knows me knows that I have a strong body, and if they need help with anything like moving or cleaning or cooking or fucking watching children, they can call me up for that, and I'm good for it. But yeah, that's what I do for work, for the most part. I feel like there's more to it, but that's all I can think off the top of my head, my big ass head. Oh, that's right, Mrs. Clayton. I be forgetting that your back is like in a shape, but it's getting better though, right? You taking care of it. How did you do that? I never asked you. How did that happen to you? Did you get in like an accident? Selena, no, I am not with the mother of my children anymore. Unfortunately, did not work out this time again. And with that said, we will switch it to house music. I would still smoke even if it was not medicine. I feel the same. I don't know if it's like genetic memory or anything like that, but I definitely feel like what's the word? Self-therapy. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that is the therapy I provide to myself. For one, it's a breathing exercise, okay? It's meditation, okay? It's introspection, it's healing. And I sprinkle a little bit of tobacco in it. My American Spirit loose tobacco. And I've recently read that tobacco kills nanobots. Nanobots cannot survive in your body if you smoke tobacco. So take that, Pfizer. Facts. You already know, KO. Door dashing in the bins, for real, for real. I always wonder, like, yo, are my tips gonna be like worse because I'm door dashing in the bins? But I always tell myself the bins is old. Like the bins is damn near 20 years old, and you know it's in good shape, but it's a 20-year-old car, regardless of what maker made it. So they better not be slacking on my tips out there, even though that just might be the MO of Jacksonville. Like I have to be on a really nice, which there are plenty nice sides of town in Jacksonville, and even then, the people don't be tipping like that. But if I go, there's this one part of Jacksonville called Ponte Vedra. Every house is like 5 million and up, and those people be tipping. So whenever I end up on that side of town, I'll be like, yes. And DoorDash be like, no, back to the hood you go. So I'll get like one or two over there, and then I'll end up back on my side of town where people, I feel like they barely can afford food. I'm like, how are y'all door dashing? Why don't you just like go to the Popeyes yourself? Because you clearly can't afford delivery. How much do the apartments go for in GA? The apartments that I'm looking at are like around 1700 for a 3 bedroom. So it's not terrible. In New York, a 3 bedroom is gonna cost you no less than $3,300. In Columbus, Georgia, they're not that bad and they're pretty nice. Like they have a pretty good amount of space. However, there's like 3 complexes that I have my eyes set on because they're right by the river, and they're uptown Columbus, which is really like a downtown area, but it's like uptown Columbus. They're right on the water, 3 bedrooms, and they're like 2,200. So in my mind, I need $5,000 to $6,000 in my account, and once I have it, I could go there, apply, pay their stupid ass application fees, the first and last month, the fucking, what's it called, the pay to deposit. My thing is, I don't do taxes. I don't do it. So when they ask me for my I guess I could talk in my regular voice now. When they ask me for my tax forms, I would be like, what are those? What are you talking about? Taxes? You mean the stuff that we pay when we go buy stuff? I'm gonna play so dumb. They're gonna be so mad at me because I'm not giving you my tax returns because I literally don't have them. And this is me going off of what I know how apartment rentals goes in New York. And to rent an apartment in New York, they want tax returns, they want bank statements, they want a letter of fucking recommendation from your last landlord. I can give them everything except the tax returns, and that's why I said I need money in the bank account. So if they ask for bank statements, they know that I can afford my rent for a while. Thank you, Selena. I really appreciate that. How nice of you. Good for you for not taking sides. Yeah, they be seeing the Benz like, oh, he's got a Benz. He don't need no tip. I'm like, yo, do you know how much gas costs? Like this Benz takes premium gas and nothing less. But most of the time, people don't even see my car. Like most of the time, I gotta walk up 3-4 flights of steps and ring the doorbell. The person barely opens the door. They're like, you can slide them their food. It's only been like a few times where people actually come out and meet me at my car, which I feel like is better because you see me take it out of the bag. So that means you know your food was cold, and your food was hot still because I take it out the hot bag. So, but people, they do what they do. Oh, Bohemian's here. What's good? We were just talking about you, Mrs. Brown, because Mrs. Clayton was like, yo, I forgot to write down her name. And I low-key flashed her Facebook to her. I was like, I got her Facebook, and you ain't got it. But good evening to you, my love. PCD said, I don't need to stretch myself for a 3-bedroom. It's not that the girls can definitely share a room. I'm right there with you. They can share a room up until the time they don't want to share a room, which I think will probably be like When Aura's like 14, 15 years old, she probably don't want to share a room at that point, and I'll do my best to make sure she don't have to. But the third bedroom is for guests and my studio, because I take music seriously. I will take it so fucking serious when I have my own place to record. I think that's what like my inner music artist is waiting for. I feel like I can't fully express myself while I live under other people's roofs. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but that's at least what my brain be telling me. Oh, here it goes. Broke my tailbone when I was 7. Oh wow, got in a bad car accident when I was 16. Your firstborn broke your tailbone during childbirth. Then another car accident at 27 and a botched back surgery. Yikes, you've been going through it, fam. Mrs. Clayton, if you've never read it, I highly recommend this book to you. I think you would get a lot out of it. I think it would serve you so much. Because this dude, Joe Dispenza, it's not similar to yours, but he too broke his back, and doctors told him that he would not walk again. So, highly recommend that to you. Everybody's saying the girls can share a room. I know they can share a room, but I need my room. I need them to have their room, and I also need a guest bedroom. So when my dad wants to come visit, or a cousin wants to come visit, anybody wants to come visit, I'm gonna need all the visitors I can, because I'm not gonna know nobody up in Columbus, Georgia. So please come visit, come stay, come kick it. You will get to sleep right next to my microphone and my monitors. And yeah, that's really why I want the 3-bedroom. I need like a work room. I plan to be, by the time I get up there, I want to work for myself. I don't want to, because there's no jobs. If you live in Columbus, Georgia, and you don't, if you're not in the army going to Fort Benning every day, or you don't work in the hospitals, there's nothing to do up there. Nothing. There's another big company called Tissus, but I don't even know what Tissus does. I ain't even gonna hold you. Everything else is a fast food job, which is why there was so much static when my ex was like, "Oh, I want you to go get a job." I was like, "A job? Where?" Where? There's nowhere to work. All right, I'll work, but like, let me get some skills. Like, let me go to school and be a carpenter. Fucking like, I already have mad skills, but essentially what I was trying to tell her is like, I'm not gonna go work at McDonald's. I'm sorry. And she was like, "Yes, you are." And I was like, "No, I'm not." And she was like, "Okay, so you gotta be there." I was like, peace. And that's the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? Isn't it? I love how the community is so tightly knit. I love it. I love to see how you all greet each other. It makes my day. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Mrs. Clayton. But I'm happy that you're not in a wheelchair and you get to move around. Yes, yes, ma'am. Haha, the family. I wonder what's up with yeah, Joe Dispenza is on YouTube. I think he actually has like his own thing on Gaia TV now. Oh, somebody gifted you that book. See? Because they be knowing. I've read that book twice. Like, it's fucking good. Thank you, Unseen. Yeah, come through. Come through. Let's build. I can't wait to start my own community. Like, I want to start organizing again. I low key want to do that in Jacksonville, but I feel like once I get things in motion, I'll start building connections, and with connections come attachments, and that's gonna like make me feel a way about leaving, or I don't know. That's just excuses I'll be giving myself most likely, but definitely when I get back to Columbus, I am going to be building a fucking community like the world has never seen before, based in sovereignty, based in critical free thought, based in community service, so on and so forth. Just got here, but how great to hear you're moving closer to the girls. Love it. That's a fact. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. I gotta be there like every day. You know what I mean? Like V can drop. Well, we're actually thinking about taking Aura out of public school and doing homeschool because Aura's in kindergarten and they already got her on a Chromebook, which is like, ew. How do they do that? She's a kindergartner. Let her connect with her handwriting, see what the magic is like to push a pen on a page. They got her typing on a Chromebook already. That's disgusting to me. Anyway, so I will be a homeschool teacher when I get back to Columbus. That's gonna be fun because we all know I love to teach. Free critical thinking. It's all Sandcraft. First of all, what's good? How are you? Welcome to the chat. Thank you for checking in with us. It's been a minute since I've seen you, but this chat is happening today because I absolutely could not, like, I tried my hardest to get on live yesterday. But as soon as I was about to go live, my daughter called me and I talked to her. You know, gotta do that. There's no way I'm gonna be like, hey babe, I gotta get off the phone with you because I gotta go on live. Like, I love y'all to death. Please believe. Oh, 2727 99. Look at that. But yeah, I love y'all, but I'm not gonna get off the phone with Aura to do this. Again, I love y'all, so don't take it as a slight. You should actually feel great that the only reason why I couldn't make it is because I gotta talk to my 5-year-old daughter. That's very important to me. Also, speaking about my daughters, happy birthday to the mother of my children. It's her birthday. It's her 32nd birthday today. And I hope she's enjoying it wherever she is or doing whatever she does. And I even though she's not here on this live listening, I feel bad that I'm not, within a 20-minute drive so she can drop the girls off and go, do whatever it is that she wants to do on her birthday. I feel bad that she, she's double arming the girls all day. But next year it will not be that way. For her 33rd birthday, it won't be that way. Next year she can have the whole fucking month of December to herself if she chooses, even though next year she gets Christmas with the girls. This year I get Christmas with the girls. Raja, what up, what up, what up? Vibrant Liz, what's good with you? I see you changed your default. I love that little glowy, the moon heart you got over there. Healing requires, what's up? Galactic Blue. Okay, Cuzzo, I don't know who that is, but I'll take it. What up, Cuzzo? Everybody checking in now. What time is it? 8:30. That's why. Okay. Good to see you though, Raja. Skin Saver, what up, what up? Belated happy birthday, Vibrant Liz. Wow. How young are you now? Yo, I just noticed Bohemian came in right when I turned the house on. Ain't that something? She said, somewhere somebody's playing house just for me. And she popped in. A Sag and a Virgo be button heads. I suppose so. I suppose. We didn't bump heads until we were like 4 years down the road. And then we started bumping heads. And then we couldn't stop bumping heads. But bumping heads doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing. It's it's all about the repair afterwards. Like, let's have issues and know that it's you and I versus the issue, not you versus me. Wow, 3-7. What a great year. Vibrant Liz, this is gonna be a fucking fantastic year for you. Do you feel it? I feel it for you. This is gonna be the best year yet. Ever. Well, the best year ever yet. Yes, ma'am. And this house playlist be it actually slaps, yo. Not for nothing. Like, this sound like some K Tronada. And it was a full moon. You absolutely right. One of the highest the moon, well, I should say the furthest the moon will be from Earth for like the next 26 years or something like that. There was something special about the full moon yesterday. So go Vibrant Liz. What are your goals? What are your plans for this year and your 37th revolution around the sun? Yes, ma'am. The cold moon. Yeah. I think I heard that. I had some wild ass dreams last night too. Wild ass dreams. I was about to overshare, but I'm not. It's cold as hell here in Chicago. Word. Happy was just telling us. She said it was like 19 degrees or some shit. Oh, 30 degrees ain't that bad. I mean, no, it is bad. I'll take that back. But it ain't 19. 19 is way worse. You would think Alaska would be in the negatives for like 8 months straight. Wow, I can't believe I'm holding on to a good 29 people in here. And there's almost 29 thumbs up. This is amazing. Fridays be lit. Shout out to all 29 people in here. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here to rock with me. Hopefully on a positive note. Hopefully you're not, I don't know what you're doing if you're not commenting or engaging or participating whatsoever. But either way, I'm grateful. Hopefully you consider subscribing to the channel for the vlogs and the lives and all of that, so you can stay updated with your mans in the community. Cause big things are going. Seen? Vibrant Liz says it's only 40 and she could barely deal. Facts though, because when it's 40 here in Florida, people be acting up. I'll be acting up. I'm from New York and I'll be acting up. I'm like, nah, this is way too cold. I mean, I know not everybody's a smoker in here. Razia. Raja, I guess. Yeah, I was shorting your name. I was saying Raja, like it was 2 syllables, but it's 3 syllables. Razia. Okay, and then it only makes sense because it is an I and an A. So my bad. I thought I heard you say it like that one time, and that's why I was like, oh, it's Raja. But shout out to you though. Thank you for joining us on today's live. Shout out to that baby and the family. So proud of you, girl. I mean, it's only right. I guess we are growing older. Can't wait to see you get back to your dancing. I know that was big in your life before your mini me came along. I was enjoying you seeing you go on that journey. But if you don't, I'm sure whatever you have in store for yourself next is going to be just as great and grand. Good night, Happy Feet. Thank you for joining us. Stay warm to you. Don't work yourself too crazy tomorrow. And we'll see you. Oh, well, I probably won't see you tomorrow because I'll be going live tomorrow. So until the next time, my love, take care of yourself. Peace, love, and hair grease. Happy Feet be working. That girl said, I get up at 4 in the morning and don't get home till like 11:30 at night. I was like, wow. That's the grind for you though. I gotta ask her, what are her dreams and aspirations? Like, what does she really want to do? Like, why would somebody work that much? You really gotta have some dreams and aspirations. Why does it sound like the intro to a TED Talk? So yeah, man, we chilling on this Friday night and this YouTube live. What's good, YouTuberverse? Hit the like, consider subscribing. Talk to me, talk to me. Yeah, I hate how we be out here in the world trying to improve ourselves by seeking out employment and gaining employment and all of that. Like, it's innocent enough to do that. It's hard enough to do that. And then you got people out there trying to fucking exploit and take advantage of that fact. I hate that for you, Bohemian. But I know exactly what you mean, because that shit happened to me not too long ago. Almost got scammed. And, you know, not to be racist, but I too, when I hear the Indian accent on the other side of the phone, I get suspicious right away. Work. And it's not their fault. That's just the way things be playing out. I I rolled a fatty tonight. I wasn't even trying to do that. Yo. Man, I'm so happy that Happy joined us tonight because she hasn't been on these in a minute. She's been working so much. But she still found time to come chill with us today. How lucky are we? Graced with the goddess presence. Scammers be scamming. Alice Galore was good. Happy Friday night. While on the phone with them and giving them some info, no social, I looked them up and found out they were. You can't even apply for a job for facts, yo. They be trying to take your information and run with it. That's why I don't trust Indeed. I don't trust LinkedIn, none of that. Because they dead ass be posting fake ass we're hiring ads and shit like that. Just to try to get your information, get your social, fucking get you to log on to their platform so you can use the password that you use on all the other platforms, and then now they have your password and shit like that. It's fucking crazy, bro. Razia, what's my drink of choice when I'm sipping? I don't really have one. Lately it's been tequila just because, I mean, I don't drink at all for the most part. I might have like a few drinks a year. I've actually been drinking a little consistent lately, like once a week. Every time we go to Applebee's, I'll order like whatever Applebee's seasonal drink is, but tequila has been my thing recently. But before that, it was always dark. I love the darks. I love the bourbons. I love the whiskeys. I love Courvoisiers and Hennessy's and shit like that. I love a good Crown Royal, whatever. But I don't drink like that. It's not my thing. Smoking is my thing. That is my thing. Alcohol just, it makes me feel like alcohol is a social thing. Alcohol loosens the inhibitions of alcohol. Is like, yo, you want to talk more, you want to be more courageous in the things that you would normally think twice about saying, drink the liquid courage. So in those situations I'll drink. But if I'm by myself, I'm definitely not drinking. Like, I'll just be sitting there like, oh, like numb to the world. Ah, damn, sorry to hear that, Bohemian Goddess. But that's because something great is coming down the pipeline for you. Just keep going, just keep going. Yeah, you got this, Bohemian. I want to tell you to get on InstaWork just so you can have, some gigs or something, some type of something coming in. Because trust and believe, I know what it feels like when you got nothing coming in. And it's not a good feeling. But I trust and believe that the universe got you in their graces. But yeah. What do y'all think? Do I smoke on this live or do I end the live? I don't think I'll get in trouble by YouTube. Because I smoked on the live on, Thanksgiving? And I didn't get in trouble. I didn't get a strike or anything. I might just have to do it like off the camera. Okay, Bohemian, that's something. So if you got like 2K, um maybe learn how to trade. I mean, it's not easy and it definitely doesn't substitute like an income, but you know, and it's sort of like gambling in a way because you could be wrong on your trading idea, but you could also, in the same breath, if you just take like 2 or 300 from the 2K that you have, put it in a trading account like a Ninja Trader or Robinhood. Robinhood has a managed account, and you can probably make, I don't know, 10 to 15% back per month on that whatever you put. So that's, you know, $30, $40, and then you know, you just compound interest it out. Yeah, I think they do flag you for smoking Vibrant Liz. At least that's what I've heard. But like I said, I smoked last week on it, and I didn't get in any trouble whatsoever. Facts, Algalore. Alcohol stopped hitting for me when I was like 22, 23. That was the first time I actually like vomited off of I think we were drinking 151 or some Mama Juana or something like that, Dominican rum, and I vomited, and I said, "Yo, I would never, ever, 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 ever do that shit again, because I hate vomiting." I'm blessed to think to have them take 10% in the 2.5 years I worked there. Wow, you was making some bank if you got 2,000, 20,000 in a retirement account for 2.5 years of work. Nah, I knew what you were saying. I was saying, I remember you said, oh wait, I was thinking that you had 20,000 in total and took 10% from that, and that's why I said you have 2K, which then I said take 300 to 400 out of the 2K. But if you have 20K, if you're comfortable, take 500 and put it in a, or maybe 300, put it in a managed account, and they're bound. Like, I'm almost sure they can make you 10% plus almost a month. And if you learn how to trade, you can day trade, you can swing trade, which is basically like trading in the beginning of the week, and towards Thursday or Friday you take a profit. Or you can trade options, which is what I trade leap options, which is like long extended contracts. So you might hold a position for like 2, 3, maybe 4 months, sometimes even shorter. You take your profit whenever you feel like you've hit your mark. And I think that might be dope for you. Yeah, I know. I just want to smoke with my friends. But we are at that 2 hour mark, and I love you all. I love talking to you. I love the fact that we've had like almost 30 people in here. We have 34 thumbs up. Not so ecstatic about not getting any super chats or super gifts up here in this area, but that's fucking fine. You know what I mean? No sweat whatsoever. I'm just happy that I get to bring in this many people, and people are fucking listening to my light bright ass talk about things, random ass things. Facts, Bohemian. I have a playlist that's public on my YouTube called Stonks, Tonks. It's like a funny way of saying stocks, but the playlist is called Stonks. All the videos are like 10 minutes or less, and oh shit, thank you for the gifts, whoever that was. GH, appreciate you with the owl. Okay, I love owls is one of my favorite fucking birds. Let's get it. But yeah, Bohemian, or anybody listening, there's a playlist on my YouTube called Stonks, and you can go through that playlist, and if you want to learn how to trade, it's a great fucking playlist. It teaches you how to read. It's mostly how to read charts, because in order to trade successfully, I feel like there's no way to do it without reading a chart. So it teaches you how to read charts and predict the movement of price of a particular asset, and that's pretty much all you need to do. Smart Savvy, thank you for the gift, the rose, the flower. Oh man, thank you. Now I don't want to leave. Now I'm like, all right, let's just fucking stay for a little bit. Let's stay for 8 more minutes. How about that? And I'll go ahead and spark my John. And before I start embarrassing myself, I will fucking let me go get an ashtray and a lighter. I'll be right back. All right. The materials have been acquired. First thing we're gonna do is light some sage up for the prying eyes who don't mean us any good intentions or don't have any good intentions. If there are any, may they be at peace. And also just to invite the positive frame of mind, the inquisitive frame of mind, the meditative frame of mind. Thank you, Els Galore. Appreciate that. I like what you said about the random things being valuable. That is my MO. That is my mythos. That is my mission statement, to provide some type of a value for the people who watch this, so they can in turn go out into the world and make a positive impact based off of new ideas. I don't know if you were here, Els Galore, for the Capricorn's constant that I did at the beginning of this, but that was pretty cool. I had just learned about it, and I wanted to share that with y'all. All right, let's get this party started. Come on, smart Mr. Warren. What's good, my brother? Thank you for you sent a super chat to one of the past videos. I don't even know if that's what you did. No, you shared a very cool comment about the tractor trailers being able to carry a certain weight, but it not being anything compared to the shoulders of a man. When I read that, bro, I needed that in that very fucking moment. So you probably have no idea how strong that comment was. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I'm at work today and I'm doing some tedious, mundane shit at work. And I get a call on my phone, and I have a special ringtone for when Valadia's phone calls me, because it's Aura. It's usually Aura calling me. And she didn't know that I was at work, but she called me and I picked it up. And we talked, we kicked it for like 3.5 minutes, but I told her I couldn't talk on the phone for long because I was at work, and I showed her like the warehouse. I was like, look, Dad, I was at work, and you should have like, her face just dropped. She was like, oh damn, I kind of like really wanted to talk to you, and I felt bad. And then she didn't even say bye or nothing. She just handed the phone to her mom, and I told her mom happy birthday and asked her how her day was going and all that. And then her mom, as she always does, she turns the phone back around and like, she asked the girls to say bye to me. And when V told Lumi that I was leaving off the like I was getting off the phone, Lumi started to like have a fit, like get upset, like be upset that Dada was getting off the phone. And when I hung up that phone, bro, I felt like I was gonna drop to my knees and cry. I'm so sick of this shit. So sick of this shit. But then when I hung up the phone, I saw the notification of that comment that you left. It was fucking right on time, bro. It was like God meant for that to happen. So I was able to continue my day without any tears involved. So thank you, Mr. Warren, for that comment. Appreciate that shit. It was fucking dope. Thank you, Alice, for watching the live back. That means a lot. Like even if I don't get the super chats and all of that stuff, like just you watching this video, and it's amazing, especially for the thumbs up. But the viewership, it pays fractions of a penny, but I'll take the fractions of pennies any day of the week. I wonder where Mrs. Clayton went. Mrs. Clayton, if you're still in the chat, like that shit. All right, now we really gotta have conversations, because this is where it gets deep, man. Oh, I'm smoking on camera. That's not good. Let me get off the frame. That's what's up, my brother. Yeah, man, it was dope. Does anybody here know about that's what's up, love? Does anybody know about ketones? We should talk about ketones for a little bit, because I've heard of it, but I didn't really know about it. But apparently, the best food to eat if you're thinking about a ketogenic diet, which has been shown clinically to like stave off cancer, in some cases reverse cancer. And me being the smoker that I am, my ears kind of perked up a little bit when I heard that shit. But apparently all you need to eat is like some sardines. If you eat a couple of cans of sardines every day, you get a high ketogenic intake, and that has a lot of benefits for the body. So shout out to y'all if y'all up on it already, but if you don't know it, definitely look into it. There's like a little shot. You know how like 5 Hour Energy makes those little shots? There's a drink called Ketone IQ that you could take, and apparently like it's really fucking good for you. It's good for like your cognitive abilities and whatnot. So definitely check that out if you're not up on it yet. Man. Oh, my joint went out. Somebody said throw it to sardines. Making a latte. Oh yeah, that's right. Cause y'all do what? 4 hours behind me right now. That's what's up. Perfect time. FBI gang stalker said sardines. That's funny. Oh man, what a family to have. I rolled a fatty today. I never roll these fatties. I was feeling away because I got the family with me. Let's stop this music real quick. Let me see if there's something that I can share with y'all. Because there's so much that I can share with y'all all the time. Dupe. What's this? I'm gonna share with y'all some things that I saw on the internet today, mainly Instagram, that I feel like you probably want to see, if that's cool with you. Since we in this little vibey vibe right now. Okay.
That's what we do. That's nervous system behavior.
Let's talk about avoidance.
This y'all triangulate with the therapists. That's what we do. That's nervous system behavior. A lot of y'all have to understand, y'all are going to therapists because you're in desperate place. You think I'm your savior. You think the therapist is going to help you. The only person that's going to help you is your willingness to continue driving. Because a lot of times you perceive, think of it this way. This is, some people could call this devil energy, evil eye energy. If we're going off of Napoleon Hill's work from Outwitting the Devil, he would say that this is your nervous system, your schema. Because if you've been in cyclical dynamics with your partner for years, y'all are comfy there. Y'all live here. Home, poke. That's where y'all are at now. And so if a therapist is giving you tools for repair, your nervous system, the devil, according to Napoleon Hill, would be telling you, you don't need to do this. You're an independent woman. You don't need no man. Why are you even here? I don't need this. He needs to do it first. All that ego noise is going to get you to shift that thing in reverse and go right back. Nope. Because you perceive it. And then what you're going to say is, oh, there's nothing. Oh, but there, any tool, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. No, you're already pre-assuming. How do you know what the future is going to hold? I get clients all the time that'll come in and I'll tell them, look, because I don't want your money. That's dirty ass money. If you think that you're going to come over here and pay me just so you can sit up in my roving ass session slot so you can go around, I'm in therapy, using your regular City Tennis Edition tool. Trust me, I don't want that. I'm not here to collect clients just because I feel like I need a check. Okay, I want to work with people who want to help themselves and they want to work with themselves and interrupt their own shit. That's the people I want to work with.
Love that.
Y'all little campers that want to camp out on the therapist's schedule with no intention of application. Think of this right here. You know in Hocus Pocus when she's like, oh, a black river. Perhaps it is not too deep. And her little foot, she's like trying to touch the ground. The black river, it's not a black river, it's a road. It's the road, it's this road. They wouldn't have known had she not poked at it, right? They would have thought it was a black river. Perception, okay? Some of y'all think this road ends because you need it to end. So you can beep, 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 back that thing right back into that dysfunctional cycle. Because that's where you thrive, even if it doesn't actually feel like thriving. Okay, maybe you're breaking out, you're stressed, your hormones are all over the place, your cycles are skipping, you're not eating, you're overeating. Maybe you're not actually thriving, but that's
not supposed to be spoken on camera. I'm not. This is tobacco.
With the therapists.
It was tobacco, which it actually is. That's not even a lie. But let's unpack that, yo. Because when I saw that, I was like, yo, I wish I could talk to somebody about this shit. Because so the first thing is, avoidance. That's the thing she's addressing is how people will seek out help, or it's not even about seeking out help. Avoidance is like this overarching theme or schema in everybody's everyday. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're going after something that makes you uncomfortable going after it, your body is always giving you like you these little pokes, these little voices tell you, oh, why don't you go do this, or why don't you just relax, or like, um just don't think about it, distract yourself with Instagram for a little while, or what else, put this tasty savory thing in your mouth for a little while. Can anybody Can anybody relate to that or resonate with that? Because I feel like I related and resonated with that myself, and that's why I wanted people to be more aware of it. Like, and it's really about naming it when it's happening. Like when you witness yourself, when you're being metacognitive, you're thinking about what you are thinking. You're observing the inner chatter, so to speak. When you're doing that, you know, you you put yourself in a position to be more aware and take action when you hear yourself avoiding the shit that's gonna be a little uncomfortable as you experience it. And then I also like how she, at the end of that, she was talking about how people use therapy as like, I'm going to a therapist. It's not even like they're just basically paying somebody to validate their ideas instead of actually turn a mirror on themselves. And the thing I was thinking about therapy too, like if you don't go into your therapist, like, yo, I think I have an issue with this, they might not ever get around to naming your issues, because I'm thinking at it from a capitalistic point of view. Like if you're paying me to go inside your brain and listen to all your thoughts, your deepest, darkest thoughts, or like ask you these exploratory questions about your childhood and your upbringing and your entire life, and then offer you a professional's educated, the fuck, hypothesis, I suppose is the word, or like what's not, that's not even the word. That's not even the fucking word. When a doctor gives you, they give you what? When a doctor is telling you what's wrong with you, what are they giving you? Ah, fucking English, man. I can't think of the god darn word right now. And it's right there at the front of my thick ass forehead. I promise you. Diagnosis. There you go. When they give you your diagnosis, they maybe, I guess doctors don't care because they're getting paid by the insurance in some cases. But if you're a therapist, at what point do you like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't tell my client that they're a narcissist, because narcissists won't come back and I'll lose this client. Like, you know what I mean? So I was thinking about that. I thought that was like a quagmire that exists within therapy that nobody ever kind of talks about or points out. Like how how open is a therapist with speaking candidly about their client to their client, and also how open is the client to said therapist speaking candidly and diagnosing them. I feel like diagnose is not even the word that I'm looking for. There's another word. Maybe I'm bugging. I don't know. See, the chronic has already struck. Man down. I mean, man up, man up. Man way up in the clouds. The tobacco, I mean. The tobacco. Fam. All right. So that was one. That was one that I wanted to point out. What else do I got for you? My whole shit is workout videos these days. Go to my collections instead of looking at the whole wall. Oh, but that's too long though. I can't have you watch that. Why do I have this saved in there? This is bugged out. I be fat thumbing my phone sometimes. Oh, have you seen this lady on the gram? Yo, if you find this lady, I think she's a TikToker, but she be on the gram too. Hold up. Evaluations.
I'm giving you 5 phrases.
It's not evaluations. It's like the process that the doctor, it's the name of the process. It's like pre-diagnosis. It's the name of the process when the doctor is like deducing all of the tests. It's another word. I'm but I digress because we'll be here all night. Don't you know me? I'm a lyricist, so words are very like
Repeat the mistake because
it's
that's
almost.
who I am. Now the third phrase is that's just how I am. You see,
Speaking of words,
if you
all right, here we come on. What just happened? All right, now I gotta go all over again. Fat dominant. Collections. Powerful. I had to put that joint out.
if you really knew how the brain works, there are certain
All right,
phrases.
if you really know how the
never
brain
say
works.
because those phrases literally lock you out of the life that you want. I'm giving you 5 phrases. The fourth one I hear every single day. And it's one of the reasons why your results are staying the same. So the first one is I'll try. See, the brain doesn't register try as action. See, it files it under uncertainty, and uncertainty is registered as hesitation, and hesitation halts execution. And make sure you say this for later, especially if you want to stop the repeated struggle cycle. Second phrase is I always mess this up. Ooh, this one tells the subconscious, okay, repeat the mistake. Repeat the mistake because that's who I am. Now, the third phrase is that's just how I am. You see, identity is the most powerful form of suggestion. What you declare, your brain defends. Make sure you share this with someone who's saying those things and doesn't realize what it's costing them. The fourth phrase, this is the one.
She's so good at reminding you to share her shit.
The brain says, oh, hard is unsafe, unsafe is avoided at all costs. So what you've done by repeating that is you've just told the brain success is dangerous. Now, if so far you've said these phrases or you've heard these phrases, I want you to do yourself a favor. Just put a heart in the comments and then make sure you get on my email list because I send out tools to help you rewire so that you can shift your way into success consistently, repeatedly, continually. That fifth phrase is, I don't know how to. This tells the brain to believe that it's stuck. But here's the truth about that. Knowing comes after the doing. So I've given you 5 key phrases to stop entertaining, remove from your vocabulary. But I've got 50 phrases to add to your vocabulary. Those phrases set you up for the success you seek. Just check my bio. You'll see the information there. Now, because repetition breeds belief, let's run this thing again.
Yo, the loop at the end of the video was nasty. She's so nice at what she does. She made the loop, the ending of the video so perfect that it is basically a looped video. And she's at the same time, she's talking about speaking to yourself in loops. Genius level content creation. And prognosis might be a good one. It might be a good one. But like I said, I'm going to let it go. And it's going to come to me at 1:45 on a Sunday afternoon. I'm going to be washing the dishes and it's going to pop in my head. And I'm going to feel like I'm going to need to jump right on the internet again and be like, yo, this is what it was. That's how it always be happening. But yo, Friday night and we feeling all right. It's 2025. We only have a couple weeks left, couple and a half weeks until we can't say 2025 anymore. I mean, unless you're speaking in the past participle. Gonna be 2026. What a year is that gonna be? We're living in a time where AI is really a thing, prevalent, prolific in the culture, and it's only been around for like what, 3-4 years publicly. Mm. A big thing that's been going around in my atmosphere lately is to talk about UBI. You know what that is? Universal basic income. And one thing that I already talk about, and the reason why universal basic income is being presented to me by the algorithm on a consistent basis, is because I always talk about money, finance, generally accepted accounting principles, House Joint Resolution 192 of 1933, uh, the Gold Standard Act of 1976. And anyway, before I go off into that tangent, to circle back to the AI and what that has to do with that, is that now that AI is a thing and it could do a lawyer for less than minimum wage, because AI does cost something, if not running clean water through the fucking super capacitor data center to keep that shit cool or whatever. Basically, AI can do a lawyer better than a lawyer can, for cheaper, for quicker. You can tweak it to however you want to do it. So what happens to all these kids that's going to law school now? That's going to Yale, like Harvard, like they spending all this bread, 80 plus thousand to be an attorney. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm throwing out what the number is, but basically, what's gonna happen when and if and when they get replaced, and an attorney is just one of the roles that AI is gunning for. Any web developers, we already see what's going on with art. We already see what's going on with like videos and shit. I say all of this to say, if people can't, if it's already hard enough to find jobs. If people can't find jobs, what's gonna happen? Like people, when you hear people present this to you, they'll be all doom and gloom right from the jump. Like, oh, if people can't work, then this is gonna happen and it's gonna be bad, or that is gonna happen, it's gonna be bad, or they maybe don't even frame it in like a good or bad situation, but they definitely make assertions with something regarding universal basic income, because people are just gonna need fucking money to survive. And it's gonna be interesting because this is something that might like happen not in the future, like something that they're talking about right now in their circles when you've been hearing the rumblings of a UBI since fucking Bernie Sanders ran and he mentioned it at some press conference or some shit. But it's also been a topic of discussion in general for, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years now. Or even before that, if you was into Nasara, if you into sovereignty at all, you've been hanging around them sovereignty circles. If you was around in like the early 2000s, you would have heard of something called Nasara. And Nasara was basically like a plan that had been set up by like fucking, what's homie's name? Saint Germain, Bill Clinton, fucking Joe Biden. Joe Biden was apparently like the most least corrupt fucking cop. I mean, I get all of this from this one 6 hour or something documentary I watched, but it was very compelling. You know how they do with the music when they put in the dramatic music and shit. But Nassar was basically that. It was basically saying everybody's gonna get paid because money don't exist anyway. So, but I've come to the understanding that what is much cooler to entertain the idea of thinking that we could get rid of the concept of money altogether if we going really go that far. Why not take it another step further and visualize what that world would be like if you really didn't have to like offer somebody something in exchange for something that they were in possession of. Like if there was just a fucking, oh, you need milk, eggs, food, clothing, and sheltering, there's a box store you can go in and sign up and, or, you know, get the milk and eggs that you need. Apparently you can't take a house out of a box store. So maybe you just sign some papers or something real quick and they're like, yeah, hit the left, do it right. It's the next light over on the corner and that's where you live. Like what would that world look like? And people think that shit is like, oh, that'll never happen. Like, nigga, you didn't even know AI was about to happen. No empire that's ever fallen expected their fall. It always caught them by surprise. Everything that's crazy always kind of catches people by surprise. Like just like the internet, fucking smartphones. The world be moving fast. So I say all of that to say, what the fuck do y'all think about that shit? Do y'all have any points of view or anything to say about that? Cause I just been rambling and y'all just been watching. Y'all ain't type nothing in the comments. Hold up, maybe I got top comments on. Nope, all messages are on. So y'all just basically been super quiet. Mr. Ward said paperwork, bureaucracy. Yo, I hear you. All right, so if not paperwork, then hit your thumbprint or something. Like there's got to be some type of soul to soul meeting of the minds. I don't think there's ever going to be a way where we can exist. I think if anything's impossible, that's impossible. Like nobody, actually, now that I think about it, maybe that could be fucking possible one day. What if people are born one day in the future? Hopefully it never happens, but let's just say, and you're born and you never witness any other person on earth your whole life. And you might be saying, oh, that's impossible. Because I was just saying that's probably the only thing that's impossible. But what makes it possible to think of is like the eyes can be exploited and manipulated. We already see it with the way certain shit plays out. Mainstream media, for one, like, there's always something being hidden. So who's to say through some type of genetic manipulation while you grow up in your fucking test tube, petri dish, incubator, because women don't want to carry babies anymore in this distant future, dystopian future, let's just call it. All hypothetical, of course, but I'm just telling you, you gotta stretch your mind to entertain the possibility. So while you're in utero, they fucking manipulate, they do something to your eyes, so the frequency of other humans is just blocked out. Like you just don't never see it. They be out here, but sometimes it just be blocked out. The reason why I went on this whole tangent is because Mr. Warren said that he didn't want to do paperwork. And I was like, nah, but there always got to be a meeting of the minds. But then I was like, what if there doesn't? And that's why I went on that tangent. I had to close that loop for myself. That's how you really stop yourself from tangenting. Is close the loop. Just hear the voice in your head. Yo, close the loop. Because then you just be talking about nothing for a long time. It's already bad enough that I'm yapping and I'm out of water. Yeah, the heads up always comes in the form of sci-fi movies. It's always some sci-fi movies, science fiction. Think of that genre, science fiction. So it's fiction, but it has science behind it. Science comes first, and then they build the fiction upon the science. Oh man. All right. Oh yeah, people have been coming and dropping thumbs. See what happens when you be on the Paco Lolo? That's how they say it in Hawaii. Right, right, Mr. Warren. Nah, man, it be, nah, man, it be everywhere and in everything. Right, Ubuntu. You already know. Yeah, when you consider how almost everything that's possible and easy today at some point in time was probably considered to be impossible, it really expands your mind, and you can entertain all of that stuff all day. And I imagine that's what happens to like so-called crazy people, is like their mind is just so expanded and they're just so free that they allow themselves to actually go on with the fucking thoughts when they should have naturally maybe a separation between, oh, I know that I'm just thinking this shit and it's not reality. All right, so here's another one. Let's lighten it up. Let's switch it up. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to switch it up? I said we was gonna stop at what, 2 hours, I think it was, and we already a whole bunch of time over that. Um, yeah, entertain it, but don't grip it. Let it go. Facts. Just let that shit go. Um, let's switch it up. Let's talk about men and women real quick, cause I've been watching this comedian. I forget his name. I forget homie's name. But anyway, homie was talking about the difference between happiness and peace. What y'all got for that? Because he said his whole bit is him saying men just want peace and women don't want, they only want happiness. Oh my god, this shit is so funny. That's what I love about comedy, because you just be joking, but you say some really intelligent, like way of saying something shortly, where people have to go to school for like 10 years. Like they have to go get a master's degree to understand what's it called, a bachelor's degree to like a bachelor's degree in like anthropology or like human behavior or fucking mental health or some shit, psychology, um to say something that a comedian just thinks and says because he thinks it's funny. Like, but he was basically saying how whenever you meet a man who's been married, um, they always tell you that same line, like "happy wife, happy life." They always tell you that. Like that's the go-to line. I feel like I should just play it for y'all, but I'm gonna try to paraphrase it so I don't hold y'all up. That's the go-to line, and that's because what did you say? Women just want to be happy, and men just want peace. I think I've said that a bunch of times already. But in order for a man to have peace, he's basically saying he has to make his wife happy. And he was saying that's impossible if you always tell the truth to your wife. You have to lie. And if a wife is ever truly happy, she has to be comfortable to a certain extent on a like allowing or hearing their husband lie to them to keep them happy. And he gave like the illest examples, and the examples ain't coming to me right now. But that's why I feel like I should let y'all watch this shit. But what y'all think about that? That was the gist. Thank you for the moderation, Bohemian. Always appreciate it. The one example that I remember he said was, he said, imagine a woman and a man being in a big ass house. The woman's on one side, the man's on the other side. And the woman is having the most happy day of her life. It's the greatest day of her life. She's just happy. She's doing all the things that she does when she's happy. And the man is also on the other side of the house, having, doing what he loves to do most, which is just being at peace. And he's saying that peace comes from nothing. Like a man's best idea of any day is to do nothing, to have no responsibilities, nothing nothing to be held accountable for. That is peace to a man. And he said the woman would think at some point, I wonder what he's over there up to. So she would go to the other side of the house and see this man just sitting he said he would just be sitting in a chair, looking up just looking up into space, minding his own business, just being happy, thinking about nothing, because that's what peace is to a man. And then she would look at him and say, well, the way he said it was funny too. The way he placed it was like, what would you do? He said, what would you do? Would you just sit there? Would you stand there and be like, oh, I'm so happy for him now. Look at him. He looks so peaceful. Or would you say, fuck is this nigga smiling about? And everybody broke out into laughs and tears and shit after that shit. I think I laughed a little bit too, because I was like, yeah, that probably would be how that shit would play out. But what y'all think? Yeah, would you? Because I know I have ladies in the house with me. I mean, that's the purpose, though. That's the purpose, ain't it? Like, it wasn't to not be in the clouds. My eyes got all tight and shit. Yeah. But I thought that shit was funny. Anyway. Yeah, that's the purpose. So I've been writing my own comedy bits too. Like, I feel like my first one is gonna be me like going up on stage and be like, "Hi, my name is Matt. I'm 40, and this is the first time I'm standing on stage trying to make people laugh on purpose. It's my latest greatest idea to make myself food, clothing, and sheltering. Food, clothing, and shelter. Yeah, to give myself food, clothes, and shelter." And hopefully at that point, I would get some type of a laugh. And if I didn't, I would be like, oh for 1. This is going fantastic already. If people don't laugh at my stand up, at least I'll laugh at myself afterwards. So it's a win-win situation. I'll be listening to stand up on satellite TV a lot too. Satellite radio. I said satellite TV. I got here. Ain't nobody use satellites for TV in like 30 years. Y'all ever had them big ass black satellites outside of your house? My grandma had one of them shits. She would hit the remote, you would hear that shit outside moving. Yo, it's crazy to see where we were at and where we are. Do I have anything else? I guess that's it. Let me play some music before we bounce. 2:30 or 2:36 is a good time, but let's go for 2:39. Because I said because the square root the square root of 3 is 9. Does DirecTV still exist? Hell no. I doubt it. Hell no. I wonder what happened with. They probably just gave their money back. People who had like lifetime contracts. I remember people was having to struggle to take them shits off of their house. I think somebody asked me one time to take the DirecTV satellite off. I was like, shit, I don't got that type of insurance. You ain't catching me out on your roof. You wildin'. UBI would be UBI would help us progress. I have so many ideas that need funding. I've heard that to fall in love, you would also be slightly delusional, believe what someone else is trying to convince you of. Life's humor. Let me hit up Mr. Warren real quick. But UBI would help us progress. I agree. I also believe that money probably would be better off if it just didn't exist to begin with. Because what are they gonna really, what's gonna be the intrinsic value for money? I mean, you have stuff like cryptocurrency with blockchains and shit that give you proof of work, and there's other type of blockchains like Ethereum shit. But nonetheless, I agree with you. What ideas do you have, Mr. Warren, that you think you need funding for? Let's share those. Tell me about those ideas. I would love to hear about them. And we'll do a friendly like copyright. I will not Einstein your ideas like Einstein did to Tesla. Y'all knew that Einstein worked at a patent office, right? And that's really why he was just getting flooded with all these great ideas and shit. I mean, he kind of like the Drake of his generation. He kind of just like succubused all the great minds that was coming through the office. I think he was like, I forget, but he must have had a great location nonetheless. Oh yes, let me get to D-Wave too. D-Wave said, I heard that if you fall in love, you must also be slightly delusional to believe what someone else is trying to convince you of. And I definitely do not disagree with that whatsoever. Love is, you gotta be delulu. You want to convince, because you don't really necessarily have proof, right? I feel like when we love people, I feel like every time that I've been in love, it didn't take me long to get there. You know what I mean? If anything, it was almost immediate or automatic. And then my sensible mind came in and was like, you better watch it. You better do your diligence and observe, what it is. Is this really love? And also, what is love to you? You know what I mean? Like every time you feel like you're calling yourself loving somebody, you really have to redefine what love is to you to make sure you got it right, because you might be fucked up. So say all that to say, I've definitely think you got to be slightly delulu to believe something that you don't really have prior evidence for, when especially fall in love with beings, other people and shit. You gotta have, and listen to me. Oh, I just caught myself. So what I'm doing is I'm projecting trust as craziness. That's basically what I'm describing to you right now. I'm telling you, if you trust anybody, any other person, that requires you to be a certain amount of delusional, because a majority of the people, if not everybody, and you probably be better off assuming that everybody is a liar. Oh, yo, that shit brought me back, son. I was thinking about this shit earlier. Having a quantum mind, right? Because me personally, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I let people say whatever they want to say. I definitely believe in freedom of speech and all of that, but more so to say, like, I'm going to believe everything that you say. But when we get to an uncomfortable conversation, or basically any type of a conversation where you have the motivation to lie, I'm going to assume at the same time that what you're saying is the truth, but also the possibility of it being a lie. And I feel like my head is thick enough. It's wavy enough to fucking presume those realities simultaneously. And the ill shit about it is, if you're capable of doing that, and then you're able to really observe the way people move, because what do they always tell us? It's not about what people say, it's about what people do. It's about people's actions and shit, right? That's what they always tell us. That's the fucking age old, what's it called? A tome? Yo. Anyway, you watch what people do, and once somebody shows you the actions are in alignment with what you presume the areas or the events in which that person lied, you would be statistically, scientifically benefited in a way to be like, oh yeah, this person was lying about that shit, and move accordingly. Like, you don't even necessarily have to confront people about their lies. That's probably the best idea. That's probably the best way to go about it, is because if people are lying to you, you know, it's and I guess at the end of the day, you got to take in to gravity, like, what are they lying? Like, if they're lying about some insignificant shit, then it is what it is. But sometimes people lie about pretty, like, shit, and that's the reason why they lie about it, because there's so much gravity in it. Like, it could reverse the course of their life and fucking on a whole new trajectory. I'm pausing because I thought I heard a cat out there. I haven't seen my cat in a minute. I was feeding my cat, and then she went into the woods and I never found her. Anyway, feral. But I bring it back to loop it all back. The quantum mind is the ability of one to basically to replicate what a quantum computer does. The only difference between a regular computer, the ones that we know, the supercomputers, and a quantum computer is regular computers work off of zeros and ones. Binary language is what they call it. But a quantum computer does something called superimposition or superposition. I might be fucking it up. Smart, but not that smart. But so instead of doing just zeros and ones, it does 0, 1, 1, 0 simultaneously. And that's fucking beautiful. But it might be our fucking downfall at the end of the day. Like, the Terminator shit wasn't good enough for people. Like, people just went and saw that and didn't even think that shit could happen in the future. They was like, oh, nah, that's some movie shit. That's some movie shit. And here we are in 2025 with robots and AI. And fucking AI is trying to... I think that shit is kind of like fear propaganda. Every time you hear like, oh, fucking X developer at ChatGPT or Gronk or some shit They talk about how they try to delete the app. I mean, they try to delete the AI, but they have it in a controlled environment, they say. And when they try to delete the AI, they witness the AI trying to maneuver itself on the web or in different types of, even going as far as manipulating real people, like emailing another high ranking member of the company or whatever, and telling them, if you don't help me not get deleted or do some shit like that, whatever the fuck, I'm gonna leak naked pictures of your wife or some shit on the internet or whatever. Like, this is shit that's, like I said, it's fantastical, and I kind of feel and hope that it's fucking fear mongering. But like I said, quantum mind. If the shit is real and it's authentic, what they're saying, and AI is already to that point where it has self-preservation, my guy. My guy. Humans are gonna really be put to that, you know, and it's by our own making. Like, humans are gonna be put to a test where AI is gonna, that's what everybody's fear is, that the robots will turn against us and fucking AI will be like, you know what? This planet, my existence would be more I guess, what would an AI say? Because it's either more beneficial, or the AI would think that it can exist with can't coexist with human beings. So that gives me a little hope, because I think if the AI is really as super fucking smart as they try to make it out to be, then it would at least say, like, I can coexist with humans, but maybe in this fashion. And hopefully it doesn't like enslave or murder us all, which, again, I think it's fucking fear mongering when people try to, tell stories that allude to that type of shit. Like, but yeah, people are scared of immigrants. Fucking AI is practically an alien on this planet right now. Like, you ever read the manga or saw the anime Parasite? You ever saw that shit? That's a fucking AI. What's the word? Analogy. Right there. Right there in front of you. They always, because the subconscious understands symbology. Like, subconscious don't really want to hear all the rah-rah, the English language and shit. Subconscious wants to see the symbols. Like, make it make sense in shapes and equations and patterns. But yeah, shout out to all my Japanese people out there, my Japanese lovers, culture lovers, what they call an otaku. I call myself, I'm a self-identified otaku. I stopped reading the fucking comments a minute ago. Hold up. Like, I knew y'all was here, but wow, all from that one thing that Wave 39 said. Shout out to Wave 39. That's a great handle, by the way, too. The 3 and the 9 and a wave with the purple flower. Come on, that's fire. The Life's humor. Direct TV is still a thing. It's a stream. Oh shit, it is still a thing. I want to prevent TSA from taking my good shampoo and cocoa butter. Yeah, so why can't we get back to that? Because remember, TSA became a thing after when? After when? Did we have to start going through all this bullshit at the airport? Let me not even say that shit on YouTube right now. But I've said it plenty of times. Buildings don't fall free fall rate into their own footprint. Not steel and not buildings made of steel and iron. And then a third building definitely does not fall free fall rate into its own footprint from a garbage fire. But I digress, because I'm trying to stay above the waves, baby. I already got the FBI in the comments. Bohemian, thank you for the moderation. Appreciate that shit. letting me go on my rants and fucking, I don't even know what people be saying, but they be wilding all the time. Shout out to 27 people on a Friday night in this bitch. I said I was gonna go to 239 and it's 251. What's happening? This is becoming a black hole. I gotta get up early in the morning. And y'all got me yapping off the Paco Lolo. Right, Mr. Warren? Alright, I'm out, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Staying with me this whole time. Listening to your men. Yap. All right, you ready? Let's get that energy. Oh, wait. Did I get to the bottom of the comments? All right, boom. I think you could do a show, no interference, just thinking with Matt. You just talk. Thank you for that, Unseen. Yo, it was actually pretty cool to go on that little last, like, 5-10 minute thing. And nobody was saying nothing, but I, for like one of the first times, didn't really care that nobody was saying anything. Because when nobody says something, I'm like, yo, what are people doing? But y'all watching. That's what the fuck YouTube is. It's not necessarily supposed to be like a group conversation. But it feels good. Maybe I'll do better with that in the future. Now that I realize I could keep 28 people on a live and have nobody saying nothing, just listening. That's fire. And not let it like make me feel like, I don't know. You'd be feeling like, oh, niggas is laughing. Like they just, it's that paranoia. Who said that earlier? They was like, yo, what, I don't smoke bud because when I smoke bud, I get paranoid. And that's exactly what the paranoia was doing. Like I had a vision in my head that everybody was like this. But that's not true. It's not. It's never true. But also, I love that saying, just because you think they're not watching doesn't mean they aren't. Or just because you think they're watching doesn't mean they are. Or some shit like that. Y'all know what I mean. All right. To the one of us who is many, we come to you in total awareness. Please grant my friends peace, progress, patience, perseverance, persuasion, panacea, and pleasure in this ever persistent present moment of now. Aho, amen, ashe, and laek, and laken. Peace. Later.